James Toney says that he will walk right through Mike McCallum, the reigning IBF middleweight champion, putting that on the line against the former two-time world champ Mike McCallum, who says, I've seen it all, and this cocky upstart cannot intimidate me.
He is starting off this opening round, and look at the battle back and forth of these two world-class fighters trying to take the play away from the other. They're both starting off with that so important left jab to control the match.
And he understood that, touches gloves with McCallum. Toney, a very aggressive fighter. Sir, come on, in the pro fight game, he had 29 fights. McCallum, since that point,
realizes he too has the punch.
The flurry and then get out.
Well, you know, this fight, both of these two don't want to let this fight get away from them. They want to control.
Defense against Steve Collins. When the McCallum people were asked to ante up a 50.
Look at these angles that James Toney is using. He is a fighter who has really learned to work the angles. He's a smart thinking fighter inside those ropes. You don't find too many of those today.
But you take a look at Toney's fights against Michael Nunn, and now they open it up.
James Toney just going right over the top of it. Again, the overhand right.
Even though McCallum may box and score some points early. And now McCallum actually technically in this fight the challenger. Because he...
And McCallum is fighting back. But look at these combinations from Toney. The 1-2 is working. McCallum is swinging for the...
minutes. Toney just standing in front of McCallum. McCallum with the movement. And then McCallum goes down, but...
both of them figuring out their fight plan and trying to figure out what their opponent's doing. Good right hand.
As Sean has pointed out, McCallum with the tendency of keeping that
world-class level you can change. Good right hand by Toney.
We beginning round number, heading now into the fourth round. Another big right by Toney.
Again, some overhand rights. He would land on Toney. And how to use a left.
McCallum has 34 knockouts. Toney has 20. And a combination again tried by Toney. Flailing away. McCallum trying to turn Toney around.
McCallum trying to use the angles, and watch Mike McCallum also.
A right by McCallum. He comes back, and now Toney delivers with a combination.
Right hand rocking back on their back leg. They reset that foot and try to throw a retaliation right. Another good right, good movement. Oh, so very close. They could. Right hand not way up there. Good right hand.
The technician in the ring looking for that jab.
Times he was expelled from school for street.
Oh, and a right hand by Toney. And Toney flailing. That has taken many before James Toney. But Toney's right hand, Sean. Now
Chin hoping that Toney will run into it.
Looking more and more impressive as a professional. His big weapon is the fire and intensity that reminds me of myself.
Good combinations. Well, here is what.
Ooh, they may have butted heads.
They may have banged heads, and wisely McCallum slipped around behind Toney.
Behind them.
Absolutely. Now they're so far in. Whoa, good right hand by Toney. A good left hook. He knocked McCallum. I'm sure somebody like a Tommy Hearns, even marvelous Marvin Hagler. Good combination. And as professionals, you realize where you are in the fight, how the scoring is pretty much close to what they're seeing, how the scoring is going.
Walk right through Mike McCallum, which he indicated before the right hand power, trying to smother the punches. Ooh, right hand by McCallum, and he doubles up on the left.
Big right hand by Mike, and look who fights back.
And McCallum scoring upstairs. The body snatcher goes upstairs.
Well, that's what Mike McCallum needs. He needs to turn this fight around. With the ways. Signs of a tired fighter.
McCallum also using his head, his shoulders, trying to
the mouthpiece of McCallum almost flying out. Good left hook by James Toney. Fight, and that's what James Toney has done. Look how flat-footed Toney is, and he's landing with that overhand right. Once he gets in trouble, he goes back to that overhand right.
And a flurry by Toney to start the 10 rounds, and the other 11 in a fight.
We know he comes on later in a fight, and he finally got after the match. I mean, nobody knew who James Toney was. After the match, the reporter...
Toney, Sean, here in Mayfield, and another big right by Toney.
And that's another important factor. You knock your opponent's mouthpiece.
And he's still teeing off upstairs.
Planting his feet and digging with that right hand, setting up with the left jab.
Had to give up the WBA title.
I have got it scored 6.
Oh, there's a left by Toney. Toney looking to finish big, looking to finish off McCallum. Is McCallum in trouble here in the 12th? The crowd is responding, and McCallum is holding on. James Toney.
Either way. But I think James Toney looks like he has retained his title.
A flurry by Toney to finish the fight. Pouring it on down the stretch, and it was the conclusion that possibly saved Toney in this fight.
Robert Cox scores the bout 114 to 114. It's a 3-way split. Ladies and gentlemen, the bout is a draw. Let's hear it for both of these great fighters here tonight.
James Toney retains the IBF middleweight crown.